This is our third year recording the podcast, and you still don't know how to talk with the breathing into the mic.
Okay, I tend to like gasp before I start talking, and every time I record a TikTok, it starts with, if you have PCOS, and then I have to like edit the beginning. And I do the same for the podcast, and it drives Sira crazy.
It's just
That's how I talk.
I know. I love it. I love the way you talk, but I'm just saying for the sake of editing. Well, thank God I don't edit the podcast anymore. Shout out to our editor Narod who edits the podcast, but you know, sometimes
saving our marriage.
I wonder if she's thinking, "Oh, Tallene, I can't take it anymore."
Doctor said you got PCOS. Now go on, girl, just lose some weight. Till I took the symptoms into my own hands and reversed them naturally. So I became a dietitian to help my sisters feel the best they've ever felt. Take a step in my direction if you wanna prove them wrong and take control of yourself. Join a sister and a mister.
What's up, sisters?
What's up,
Welcome to
everyone?
another episode of A Sister and Her Mister.
Yes. Today we're going to be talking about supplement regimens, like Tallene's personal supplement regimen, and also how to take supplements, what time, when to take supplements. And you'll get to hear Tallene's personal daily
Morning routine. Yes, I'm super excited because my morning routine has evolved since we last did an episode about my morning routine, which was in 2021.
Wow.
2 years ago, and that was episode number 100.
Really? 100?
Yeah, the 100th episode.
Wow. So if you're a long-time listener or you're a recent listener, I highly encourage you to go back to that episode 100. You'll find it if you just scroll through our feed and listen to that one and listen to this one. See,
compare and contrast.
Yeah.
But this one's more updated, so you might enjoy this one.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? With health and with anything for our bodies, like with each year, you add on some new things. You remove some other things that's no longer necessary or weren't as good as you thought they were. And along the way, you're essentially evolving and adjusting. There's no like one regimen that's going to stay forever. If that's the case, then I think, you know, you're not going to get the most out of your body. You have to continuously like change it up every year, you know, to improve.
I used to think that I could never work out in the mornings. Like it was just not me. It was not my thing. I could never wake up at 5 and do all this. But you know what? People change. People evolve. And we're going to get right into it.
Yeah, exactly. Little update. Our garden, the summer garden, is finally starting to flourish. I mean, for anyone who is gardening this summer, I'm sure you feel the same way. Finally, the time is here to actually like harvest some stuff.
So exciting. The sun is finally out. It's been cloudy for like 30 days straight, driving everybody in Southern California nuts.
We're so spoiled.
We are. We can't stand a single cloud in the sky.
It's been cloudy for a whole month, and everybody in California is like ready to leave the
clinically
state.
Depressed and like going through it. It's so bad.
Meanwhile, in the East Coast and like other parts of the country, there's like hurricanes and tornadoes.
We're so
and, like,
dramatic. Honest,
Yeah.
especially me when it comes to weather. Like when I hear other things in other states. Who was it in Tennessee? And there was a cyclone. I had to Google what a cyclone was, you know, and they're over there dealing with it and like working at the same time. And I'm worried about like the clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
So, whoops.
We just harvested some garlic though and eggplant for the first time we've had a garden eggplant. We got it on Sunday, which is pretty nice.
It was so beautiful.
Pretty good. I liked it. It was delicious.
It was one of those shorter eggplants. What are they called?
It was like a small.
It was like a ball, like
it
a
was
round.
a ball. Yeah.
Yeah, so cute.
I think they're called Thai eggplants. Like that's what the breed was that's what the plant was when I bought it from the nursery.
I roasted it.
But the garlic was amazing, and then we have tomatoes finally like ripening up, getting red. Like there's one that's really really close to picking off the plant. I can't wait for that. And then we'll
the herb garden is going nuts as well.
We also have watermelons.
Oh my God, there's a teensy weensy watermelon, the little one.
Yeah.
Super exciting. So we'll post pictures and show you guys everything.
And I think we're going to do a podcast episode in the next couple weeks about how to build your own PCOS garden. Like we talk about a lot of herbs. We talk about a lot of different like fruits and foods that are great for PCOS. But like, what about doing it more sustainably? You know, like how about doing it at home to, you know, maybe save some money, or even to get away from some of those like pesticides and like,
Yeah.
you know.
That's the thing. Like, we have a really flourishing herb garden right now, and I am just like grabbing bunches of chives, bunches of rosemary, and using it all the time while I cook, and they're so anti-inflammatory. And I tend to not, like before in the past, I wouldn't buy it because of the pesticides and because it was expensive and it might go bad, and I use them less, but they're so beneficial, antimicrobial. They have so many great benefits, and because we grow it, I'm like grabbing them by the handful. I don't even care, you know, because they grow so quickly.
I'm so tempted to just like hop into it right now and talk about how you can just start with a bunch of herbs to even like get started real quickly for so little, but we'll save it for the podcast.
Okay.
We'll save it for a special episode.
Yes.
All right, well, on that note, let's start the episode. We're going to always kick it off with our Monday motivation segment. This is where we talk about fellow sisters who are reversing their symptoms, showing PCOS with the bosses, and our first sister is Ashley.
All right, Ashley Anderson Murphy. She says, we have been trying to conceive for 2.5 years. I started taking Ovasitol on May 10th. We finally got our positive on Saturday. I am 5 weeks, 2 days, due February 17th.
Wow.
And she posted a picture of the positive pregnancy tests and a little happy Father's Day card for her husband.
Yeah.
Which is so cute.
I know.
What a cute Father's Day gift.
That is a really awesome Father's Day gift.
I can't.
Yeah. Congrats, Ashley, and congrats to your husband as well. We wish you all the best in your pregnancy journey. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun, you know, as you get close to your...
Post pictures.
Yeah.
All right. Next sister from the sisterhood, Kate Bonanno.
Yes, and this is really funny because, not really funny actually, but she's talking about her smoothie protein, and we're actually doing a smoothie challenge starting in July. So July 1st, probably when you hear this episode, it'll be like a few days after the beginning of the challenge, but we're doing a smoothie challenge in the sisterhood, and 4 winners will be getting a
Ninja blender.
Yes, a Ninja blender. Like we're really taking it up a notch with these giveaways. It's really fun.
Sirak's the giveaway king. Every time we have a giveaway, he's thinking of some crazy gift.
I mean, it's creativity.
Yeah.
But,
so
yeah.
4 sisters are winning a Ninja blender in the sisterhood.
Yeah, and if you're listening, it's not too late because the challenges always run the first 2 weeks of every month. So the first 2 weeks of every month we'll have a special challenge with giveaways every week of those 2 weeks. So for example, last month we did a walking challenge and 4 sisters got Hoka shoes, which was really fun. So this month of July, we're doing a smoothie challenge and 4 sisters will win a Ninja blender. Really fun stuff. So on that note, I'm gonna read Kate's message. She says, I've been making these yummy smoothie protein bowls. Super proud of myself. When I eat pretty carb heavy in the morning, I feel like crap. I had to censor. And have been experimenting with carb intake. The base for these is half avocado, protein powder, 3 ice cubes, about half almond milk, plus 2 tablespoons and about 1 tablespoon of cacao powder, depending on how rich you want it. I've been topping it with half a banana, 2 to 3 strawberries, sun butter, sliced almonds, and cacao nibs. They taste amazing. I got a little more fancy with some dark chocolate infused sea salt that I sprinkled in. That sounds delicious, by the way.
It really does. I'm definitely going to try it.
That is a great recipe.
Smoothie bowl.
And continuing on top of that, I had engagement pics. Oh, congratulations. So I have been going to the gym regularly, hitting the Stairmaster, sauna in the morning, then afternoon workout with the trainer, drinking lots of water and eating mostly veggies and fish, gluten and dairy free, sugar free like always, and trying to do lower carb where they're mostly in the mornings or before a workout.
Oh, cool.
Also, I started Ovasitol in AM and PM, and these are her results. I dropped 3 pounds like nothing and went down 1% in body fat, but I feel so much better. Most of it is probably water weight since that's always the first to go. We even went out last night after the photo shoot to celebrate, and I ate some pizza and had a martini. Whoop whoop. Still dropped 0.2 pounds overnight. That's that metabolism working for you right there. Before I was feeling very frustrated and down, through sticking with some changes, things turned around quickly. This has been throughout a week and a half maybe. I plan on still doing what I'm doing because I feel so good. The community has been so helpful and supportive. You guys can do it. By the way, I learned saunas are amazing and they are my new obsession. And she shared a picture of her smoothie bowl and a picture with her fiance. They both look very cute and gorgeous. Congrats to both of you.
Congrats. That's such a sweet message. And she says, I dropped 3 pounds and I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a sign you're headed in the right direction. If the weight loss is accompanied with feeling good, then it's going to be sustainable. It's going to be you're reversing your symptoms and you're doing the right thing. So keep it going.
And she said this all happened in a week and a half. So like if you're feeling this good from a week and a half, that means there's like even more goodness to come in the near future. So great job, Kate. We wish you the best and congrats on your engagement.
Yes. What if you had an app for PCOS that could tell you what to eat, when to work out, and how to track your goals every day?
Introducing the Cysterhood app. Not only does the Cysterhood app give you access to the largest community of women with PCOS, but it also provides you with a daily PCOS plan.
Your daily PCOS plan tells you exactly what to eat for each meal of the day. It's like having me as a dietitian in your pocket. It also sends you a notification when it's time to work out, and it provides step-by-step videos to help you reverse your biggest PCOS symptoms.
You also get access to 100 plus gluten and dairy-free recipes, the 5 Steps to PCOS Weight Loss Masterclass, and a full PCOS-friendly workout library to choose from.
But let's not forget the most crucial component of PCOS weight loss, the support. You're not alone. In the Cysterhood, you become part of the largest community of PCOS women where you can chat with us in our private Facebook group. Sirak, myself, and your fellow sisters are in there every day to answer your questions and support you along the way.
So what are you waiting for? You can head over to the App Store and search Cysterhood or click the link in the description to get started today.
See you in there. All right. Should we hop right into my morning routine and supplements and everything?
Yes. So let's start with the when to take supplements plus your morning routine, I guess.
Okay. So I've outlined every detail of my morning routine, sisters. I heard somebody else do this on a podcast and it was really interesting to me because she went into every detail. So I tried to do that with this as well. So every morning I wake up, my alarm is set to around 5:15 and
it's early.
I feel like the alarm sound is triggering to me, whatever it is. It's I just can't. So I bought a song from the iTunes store.
Nice.
I bought the Formation song by Beyonce and I set that as my alarm. And I learned this on TikTok or something. Somebody did.
How to buy it?
Yeah. How you can buy a song and set it as your alarm, And I was like, wow, what a great idea. So my alarm's dun 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 dun.
This is a good idea because I feel like everyone should wake up to the right noise, to the right environment. Because if you're waking up to an annoying alarm sound, then your body is that sound is now perceived as super negative.
And Formation to me is such a positive song. It's get your ass up, let's do this.
What if you end up hating Beyonce subconsciously because every morning you wake up to her?
No, I feel like Beyonce every morning when I wake up at 5:15. She's probably waking up at 5:15. Okay. I drink some water first thing, grab my Stanley cup. It's always filled every night. I put it next to my bed. Mm-hmm. And then I wash my face. And right now I'm using Zoe skincare because I had hyperpigmentation and oil and dry and everything. So I'm trying this out and I feel like their products have been working really well for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm using the Zoe Skin Exfoliating Face Wash. And then I put on some moisturizer. I don't do a whole bunch of things because it's really early and I'm about to go work out and sweat it all off anyways.
Yeah, we didn't note that Tallene wakes up this early because she works out in the mornings.
Yes, but I will get there. And then I brush my teeth with Spry toothpaste. I get it off Amazon. It has xylitol in it and fluoride. And I find that it is very refreshing and it works very well to avoid cavities.
Yes. And not to go off subject, but just to be completely transparent with everyone, we were trying non-fluoride toothpaste. It was more based on it was a charcoal toothpaste. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then we went to our dentist, both me and Tallene went to our dentist about 2-3 weeks ago. And then they told us, or our dentist, who's actually a friend too, he told us it looks like your teeth has degradation. Mm-hmm. It almost looks like it's being your enamel is being scrubbed off. And he said, what toothpaste are you using? And we said, we're using charcoal toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride. He said, well, the no fluoride's not the biggest issue. The issue is the charcoal because charcoal is very abrasive. and it causes teeth abrasion, basically enamel breaking down as you're brushing. So he basically recommended like going for a non-abrasive toothpaste, and it doesn't have to have fluoride. It can also have hydroxyapatite. He actually recommended hydroxyapatite instead of fluoride, which is like has the same benefits of fluoride without the same like side effects. So right now we're like kind of testing it out. We're testing out this Sprite toothpaste. It's not the same thing as like Crest or like one of those like bigger companies. It still has less chemicals in it. And then we're also I'm trying at the same time a hydroxy toothpaste from Risewell. We're kind of comparing, and in the meantime we'll go to the dentist in like 6 months and compare how our teeth is and just go from there. So sorry to go off subject. I just wanted to give some
I'm glad you did.
Give some information
because
on that
toothpaste
stuff.
is really like debated. You could do a whole podcast episode on toothpaste. There's so much about like pro fluoride, anti fluoride. I don't know.
Yeah.
So after, I brush my teeth, put on my moisturizer and everything, I just dab a little Ilia concealer under my eyes. I have dark circles and I'm going to go to the gym. So I get like self-conscious. So I have to put like one little dab, even though I don't think it makes that big of a difference. Then I go downstairs and I don't like to work out on an empty stomach. So what I've done is I made the orange chickpea truffle recipe from the Cysterhood, and they're little like cookie dough balls is what it looks like. And I've made a lot of them, and they're all in the freezer in like a Ziploc bag. And at the beginning of every week, I take out 5 and I put it in a Tupperware. I put it in the fridge because when it's frozen, you can't bite into it. So it has to be refrigerated. And I just grab one every morning and I have a bite. And I have that as my like pre-workout snack. I really don't feel like having a whole thing. It's too early to like drink a smoothie. But it's something because the empty stomach just makes my stomach like burn and churn. And when I'm working out, I'm like tired and fatigued.
Yeah, I would never like, I mean, it depends on each person. It depends what you ate the night before. But in most cases, we wouldn't recommend going fully hungry, and we wouldn't recommend going right after eating. Because it's pretty hard to, eat a full meal for breakfast, wait 30 minutes to an hour, and then go to the gym. Because sometimes we're all in a rush, So, like, I think what Tallene is doing with, like, having 1 or 2 of these truffle balls, I don't know what to call them, I think is a good way to just pick up your metabolism and your energy levels.
Yeah. And, when you make a lot and just put it all in the freezer. That's my tip. And the recipe's in the Cysterhood app. You can download it. The link's in the description. So after I grab a bite, I get in my car, I go pick up my sister, gonna go to my workout, starts at 6 a.m. We make sure that we're at the gym and working out at 6 a.m. If we're lollygagging, the whole morning kind of drags on. And by the time I reach my computer, it's just like too late.
And to know your sister used to pick you up, but then she couldn't do it anymore.
No, because she has to have a meeting at 7:30. So I drop her off.
Yeah.
We live the same distance from the gym.
Yeah. She just couldn't do it with the morning routine herself. That's right, Arlene. I'm calling you out.
She's up when I'm up. She's like cleaning her house while I'm driving. She's already up and at it.
Oh, please. I know, Arlene.
Okay. So then I work out and follow our slow weighted workout method, of course, using the app. Lately, I've been lifting heavier weights, heavier than usual. I know on the app and in the Cysterhood live workouts, we always say like start with 8 pounds, move to 10, 12, 15. Lately, I've been doing like 20, in each hand and really pushing myself more. And my muscles have been growing and I just feel toned and I don't know, like stronger. I feel really good.
Yeah,
it's good.
And I also do want to know, like when Tallene says my muscles are growing, she's not trying to bulk up. It's more so like you're trying to get that. Yeah, exactly.
See them.
Exactly. You're trying to get more defined muscles, get that lean muscle, improve your metabolism. Just like we were talking about Kate earlier, she did her workout and everything that day, and at night she went out, and the next day she had still lost weight even though she went to a restaurant. That's because her metabolism was working for her because of her workout. So that's what Tallene's doing with her, slow rate of workouts, improving her muscle mass, and again, not bodybuilding, but just adding that lean muscle to really raise your metabolism and improve your insulin resistance. So then I'll drop off my sister and I'll come home. And we have an elliptical at home. So if it was a treadmill, I would do the 12-3-30 method. That's my first choice. But it's an elliptical, so I put it on high resistance. I can even change like the degree of angle that it's at. So I put that up as high as I can. And I do the elliptical for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on how long I have. Because I like to be at my desk before 9 o'clock. So by the time I shower and do all this stuff, like
I can't be, again, lollygagging.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm on the elliptical, I'll watch The Housewives or The Kardashians. I used to listen to like more educational things, but sometimes I just want to relax in the morning.
Yeah.
I want my cortisol to like come down and just like chill out. Lately, it's been a little stressful. So I want like to relax. And so that 20-minute elliptical, by the way, like I do go on a walk during the day, but some days I forget. Some days I'm too busy. Some days I can only do a short walk. So this kind of guarantees at least I got 20 minutes of high resistant cardio into my day. So then I'll walk downstairs and Sirak's up by now, I think, or I'll like go make sure he's up.
I get up at like 7:30.
Yeah.
Don't like I get up at like 10 or something.
No, it's 7:30ish.
Look bad over here.
I hover over the bed for Sirak to wake up, or he's already awake. And then I go downstairs and make us a smoothie, or I already have some overnight oats in the fridge that I might have prepared the night before. Sirak's been loving the tiramisu overnight oats.
Yeah,
recipe.
they're really good. They're really good.
It's so
because it's
good.
easy to like wake up and just put it in a bowl and microwave it, and boom, you already have your meal ready for breakfast without having to like crack some eggs, stir the eggs, and all. Like it just like it takes the thinking out of it.
Yeah, and the tiramisu overnight oat recipe from our app is so good because there's decaf coffee in it. It's instant decaf coffee that I melt with it melts into the almond milk before I mix it in. So it tastes like coffee and like cocoa and mocha. Like it's so delicious. So I love that flavor combination in the morning. Yes. More than I like the flavors of fruit, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like fruit in the morning. Unless it's in a smoothie where I can't directly taste it. I'm just not a fruit person in the morning.
So if I have a smoothie though, I have some essential ingredients for that. Like I have to have my chia seeds for sure for making sure I have that fiber, that omega-3. And then I have to have spinach, again, the fiber, and protein powder. I use the Garden of Life, unflavored, unsweetened. So it's kind of meh. And that's why I put the berries in it. And a scoop of inositol in mine and not Sirak's.
What if you're putting it in mine but not telling me?
Nothing would happen.
Okay.
I think. So anyways, I've been putting double scoops of protein powder in my smoothies lately, reaching like 50 grams of protein in my protein shake. We do recommend like 35 grams a day in the morning, 35 grams in the morning for women with PCOS, just to help with the insulin sensitivity, help you feel full and everything. But because I'm lifting heavier and I really want to like retain my lean muscle, I have boosted my protein intake to make sure that I'm hitting like around 130 grams a day.
Yeah.
Plus, like in the morning, your body's just ready to like take up the protein and the carbs and like burn it for energy. You're like most insulin sensitive in the morning. So it's prime time.
Yeah. And if you're wondering like how much protein you should have per day, you usually want to like go for 1 gram per your body weight. So let's just say you weigh 120 pounds, then you want to have 120 grams of protein. You could go a little bit more, but that's like the easy math. Like some people say 1 to 1.5. The 1.5 I feel is too much. I feel like that's more so for bodybuilders. But if you're just trying to lose weight, get that lean muscle, go for 1 gram per 1 pound of body weight.
Interesting. So after I have my breakfast, I'll start to get ready and shower and everything. So I made a note. I wanted to mention this. I have started coloring my hair because my hair has grays in it and it's driving me crazy and I'm not embracing it. Okay. I'm just not. And you
let's
can't
be
make
real
me.
here. We're being real, you know?
You cannot force me into this. Like I won't do it. I used to embrace it and now it's just gotten out of control and I'm not embracing it anymore.
Yeah.
So I've decided to color my hair. And as a compromise to the toxicity, God knows what's in the hair dye, I've decided not to do my gel manicures anymore.
Yeah.
And I used to do like silk nails and like all this toxic stuff on my nails. And I was like, that was the one thing that I was okay with being toxic. But I have swapped out the nails for the hair. I'm using Coat nail polish, which is, non-toxic apparently. And instead, I've dyed my hair and I have to use color protective shampoo as well, because if I use like the natural healthy shampoo, my hair starts to turn orange and then I have to go get it colored again. So it's like this vicious cycle. Like I don't want to have to go color it all the time because it's just grays, like it's okay if it grows out a little. Like I don't want to go every 8 weeks. I'd rather go like a couple times a year, a few times a year.
Yeah.
And so in order to do that, I have to use the color protective shampoo. And so here we are, sisters. We must be flexible.
I mean, that's the thing. Like when we talk about like endocrine disruptors and like removing them as much as possible, it's up to you to make that decision of what to remove and what to keep. And like, there's of course like no one's gonna be 100% like chemical free. Like you have to make your sacrifices and you have to make your compromises. So for a lot of people, of course, like, you know, I feel like gray hairs is like usually like most guys don't color their hair as they're graying. Some guys do, but like when it comes to, you know, like for women, it's a more like accepted thing that like in your late 30s or in your 30s, like, you know, as you get the grays, like a lot of women will color. It's
or
more
even
accepted.
just like going blonde, getting highlights. Like it's a whole thing people get to do, you know?
So, and like, I mean, I'll be honest, like I didn't want you to color your hair because I think you're even more beautiful with the gray hair. And I feel that's right, brownie points. I feel like, you know, I didn't want you to put chemicals either. But at the end of the day, like, it's whatever
what
you want to
made
do,
me
right?
happy.
You know? Yeah, whatever makes you happy.
If it makes you happy and you don't want to sacrifice it, you shouldn't have to, you know, unless it's like directly affecting, you know, symptoms or something. I mean, whatever, it's up to you. Again, like it's your life. So this
the funny
is what
thing
I
is
chose.
though, like you tried so many different versions of hair coloring. What do you call it? Like
dye,
because you first went to the natural one.
Yeah.
Remember you did the natural version and then it just started just like coming off within like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like just went away.
It was such
so
a waste of
too.
money. Yeah.
And then at one point you're just like, screw it. I have to do the real thing because nothing else is working.
Mm-hmm. And then I started using like the healthy shampoo just to like compromise. Okay, if I'm going to dye my hair, at least I'm going to use healthier shampoo. And then that turned it orange. Then I had to dye it again. And I was like, no, we're going to do this right. We're going to dye it, use the color protective shampoo conditioner, not dye it for like weeks, and it'll be fine.
But I guess once you get pregnant in a year or so, whenever we're planning to get pregnant, you're gonna have to stop dyeing your hair, right?
I don't know.
Because don't they say like don't dye your hair while you're pregnant?
You know, I don't know. I've seen people who do it, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see when that day comes.
I won't let you. I'm telling you right now.
Moving on.
You can do whatever you want to your body, but to my child, you will not give that child chemicals.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm not trying to get controversial. It's your child too.
Shut up. All right, moving on to makeup. So again, the compromise. Like I have some things in my makeup bags that are like Chanel eyeshadow, probably not non-toxic. And so I have a bunch of things that are, you know, I don't know. I don't like to use it every single day, but I like it. So I'm going to have it for when I'm getting ready for like a wedding or like an event, going out, something fun, you know, that's fine. But my day to day, I use Westman Atelier foundation, which I had that green check mark on the Sephora page. And then I use Luxe Unfiltered bronzer. And then I put that bronzer as a shadow as well. So it gives like this dewy like bronze look for the summer. And then I use an angled brush and I use the Ilia liquid shadow, and I just like dab the angled brush into it and I create like a line for eyeliner because I think it looks natural. And then I use Ilia mascara and sometimes the Ilia translucent powder. And so I have like a clean beauty situation for my face.
Yeah. Nice. By the way, something's bothered me. I said when I was coloring hair, I said late 30s when we will start to color their hairs. I feel like I insinuated that you're in your late 30s, which you're not even. Tanya's in her early 30s.
I've been going gray since my 20s, early 20s.
Yeah. It's a genetic thing.
I couldn't take it anymore, you guys. Like, I just can't. My dad has a full head of white hair, and it's probably genetic. And so here I am, headed for the worst, you know, headed to
but your
white.
dad has great hair. That's
he has great hair. Yeah,
it's like the compromise of, or it's like the.
It's all white, but it's full.
Yeah, like I think he like started going graying or started going white. Like it seems like younger, but didn't bald. It's like, you know, which one do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I take the gray hair over the balding for sure for me. But yeah, Tynes, you want to say your age?
I'm 31, right? 31.
Yeah,
Almost said 32. I'm 31, sisters. Been growing gray for years. So anyways, after, you know, I got all ready and now I'm headed towards the desk. Before I go to my desk, I get this cute little soap dish that I got. And I put in all my supplements in it because I don't like to swallow them all at once. I feel a lot of pressure and the pills make me a little nervous. So I like to put them in the soap dish, sit at my desk, and take them one by one while I'm working. Sirak is squinting right now, rolling his eyes. Listen, that's how I like to do it.
You know how I know what Talene's taking her pills or her supplements? I'll be in the other room and I'll just hear her going.
That's not true. Oh my God, you're so dramatic.
But it happens
not
sometimes.
At all.
Don't lie.
That's because I choke on water almost every morning.
Once a week, that's what I hear. I'm like, oh, she's taking her supplements.
I choke on water like my throat, It's not the supplements.
Like every day, it's like it's stuck in my throat.
It's not every day. Shut up! Don't be dramatic.
Oh my God! Look at you just.
I figured out
protecting yourself on the podcast right now.
It's not every day.
Sure, I'm gonna record you next time.
You're so dramatic.
I'm so dramatic. How dare you?
I
swallow 12 pills every day. No complaints. No nothing.
Good for you and your throat, Sirak. Like, I don't have that ability. All right, so
let's continue on.
I start taking my Metabolism Plus. So I'll take my omega-3 from the Metabolism Plus bundle because studies show that taking 3 grams of omega-3 for 12 weeks can improve your metabolism by 5.3%. It increases your metabolism, which is great. And also with women who have PCOS, we tend to have a deficiency in omega-3 because our body isn't able to use the D6D enzyme properly, and not to get too sciencey, but because of that deficiency, we can't get omega-3 from seeds and nuts, and we have to get it from fish. And we don't eat fish every single day, so I just take that omega-3 supplement to make sure.
And of course, with any of these supplements too, we just want to reiterate that please speak to your doctor or please speak to a professional healthcare practitioner who can make sure that any of these supplements are right for you. We don't mean you have to take these supplements with PCOS. These are what we have found to be gaps in a lot of PCOS women. And in our experience, omega-3 is one of those supplements that can be really crucial for improving insulin resistance, lowering inflammation. So both those things, insulin resistance, inflammation, two of the biggest factors for PCOS women. But it also helps with improving heart health. We've all heard how PCOS women are at a higher risk for cardiovascular disease. And there's a really added bonus, which is the brain health. Omega-3 has been shown to really be important for cognitive function, including brain fog, which is one of the symptoms of PCOS that can be caused by gluten, can be caused by inflammatory food. So that cognitive function for the rest of your life, improving that constantly if you're taking it every day, we found in our experience to be really beneficial. So just wanted to add that.
Awesome. Thank you for chiming in on that. And then the next supplement I'll take is curcumin. Curcumin is smaller than omega-3. So I start with the big one and then I take the smaller one. So I get the big one over with. And curcumin is great because studies show that women with PCOS who took it for 3 months had better weight, blood sugar, cholesterol, inflammation levels, and insulin sensitivity. So of course, this is one of the supplements we included in Metabolism Plus, and I take it every single day. Mm-hmm. Then I'll take the CoQ10, which is narrower than the curcumin, so
that should be the
easier to swallow. And so this one is great because women with PCOS who take CoQ10 plus vitamin E, ours has vitamin E blended in.
Because of the research studies.
Right. Because they're blended together, it's better at improving your blood sugar, metabolic profile, and weight loss.
Yeah.
So
they actually found when you take CoQ10 plus vitamin E, they're both more effective when taken together for PCOS women specifically. It was really interesting. There's actually studies where they combine these two and compare to them when they were alone by themselves for PCOS women specifically. So that's why when we designed ours, we made sure that it had the vitamin E because we wanted to be making our formulas according to the best research out there.
Mm-hmm. So then I'll take the multivitamin. Now the multivitamin is smaller than the fish oil, but it's still kind of big. Boy. But I leave it to the last.
I mean, you have to realize the multivitamin has so many nutrients. It has over 25 nutrients that are essential for PCOS women and for health in general. So it's going to be a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger. It's not huge. I just want to say Talene's exaggerating here a little bit. Just want to say
no, it's not huge.
She's defaming.
None of them are huge.
Defaming Metabolism Plus right now.
Stop. None of them are huge. I've seen huge.
Yeah.
They're not.
But I will say the multivitamin is probably the hardest one to swallow. But it's not it's normal. It's a normal pill, but it is the bigger one.
Yeah. So the multivitamin, but once you know like that there are so many nutrients in it and PCOS women tend to have nutrient deficiencies, you'll be like, we're taking this no matter what. Like this is like the must take everyday supplement for me. There's even studies that show when you take magnesium, zinc, calcium, and vitamin D in combination with each other for 3 months, women with PCOS showed more improvements in their metabolic markers. And so that's why I think it's really important to just take your multivitamin every single day because we're nutrient deficient. And then I take a little bit of vitamin D, 2 more little pills of vitamin D after I finish Metabolism Plus. And that's because I got some lab work done and I was on the lower end. So I was like, okay, so I guess I'll take it.
Yeah. And just to clarify too, like our multivitamin has 2,000 IUs of vitamin D, which is like the standard daily recommended. Usually people who are deficient need to have like 4,000 to 5,000 IU per day. So if that is your situation, then you might want to get a separate vitamin D supplement. They're really cheap, which is a really good thing. If you go on Amazon, you can find a lot of vitamin D supplements from reputable brands like Thorne, Pure Encapsulations, and so many others. And just take another extra one with your multivitamin to help boost those levels. And I
would only recommend that if you've done blood work and you see that you have low vitamin D.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, the multivitamin that we have has enough vitamin D for a day to day. But if you are deficient, then definitely supplement with more than that, because you can't just like willy-nilly take a bunch of vitamin D without knowing if you're deficient or not, because vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin and stores in your fat cells in your fat. And so you're not just going to pee it out like vitamin C. You know what I mean? So it's something that you have to be a little bit more careful about and not just like take a bunch for no reason.
Yep.
So then because I did the lab work, my thyroid was a little bit low on the lower end. So I take a thyroid support supplement as well. And then I'll take my inositol with the smoothie, like I mentioned, in the mornings. So that's my supplement regimen.
Yeah. It's a good regimen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good regimen. The funny thing is I'm doing this intestinal cleanse right now. I've been really focusing on my gut health ever since for our OG listeners who know it sounds disgusting even saying I got Giardia earlier in the year back in January, and it messed me up for like 3 months. So ever since I got out of my system, I've been doing like a full-on intestinal cleanse, like whole like gut protocol. I don't want to get too deep into that because there's so many so many different supplements that is not relatable to majority of people listening. Unless you're having gut problems, let us know. Maybe we'll do a separate episode on it. But I think on that note though, we can talk about just in general for anyone who's listening, like what about just taking, like what time should people take certain supplements? Maybe you're like wondering, should I take vitamin D at night? Should I take it in the morning? Should I take B vitamins now? Should I take the multivitamin later? Like when do I take certain kind of supplements? So I would say, like, what is that supplement meant to do? So, for example, vitamin D. What does vitamin D do? Well, it naturally brings a little calcium into the bloodstream, which is great. Since we know that the body during the day is in a natural fight or flight mode and is naturally going to bring calcium into the bloodstream, we should take vitamin D in the beginning of the day. And we know that the normal period of time that you would get vitamin D is during the first half of the day, during the sunshine hours. So with that being said, it makes sense to take vitamin D in the morning or the latest lunchtime while you're still getting all this sunlight, because that's when your body's getting that vitamin D.
Yes, exactly. So it makes sense. It's like, as if you had stepped outside into the sun for some morning sun, you would take your vitamin D in the mornings.
Yep.
Then we have zinc. So some women, I remember I was told by my naturopathic doctor to take zinc at the beginning of my PCOS journey. So this is again something that you would want your doctor to recommend to you instead of just taking it willy-nilly. It can help with your hair, your insulin sensitivity, help reduce inflammation. And I read that it should be taken at dinner time because it's a really powerful mineral that helps repair your muscle tissues after a workout and helps boost your immune system. And it does best when you take it at night, never on an empty stomach.
Yeah, you want to take it with food.
Right. Definitely take it with food.
And our multivitamin has zinc in it, and we still recommend to take our multivitamin in the morning, but it doesn't have a very, very high dose of zinc, which is going to make you feel tired or make you feel...
No, it's like a daily recommended amount.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then we have the B vitamins. If you take B vitamins separately from your multivitamin, you want to take this in the morning because they provide energy and help with brain function. And of course, take it with food for optimal absorption.
Yeah, and keep in mind that some of the some B vitamins are water soluble, which means that you need water to absorb them. So another one is like vitamin C, like both vitamin C and vitamin B12 are water soluble vitamins, which just means that you want to take that supplement with the water, not with food specifically. And since those supplements can be energizing, for example, vitamin B12, you want to take it in the morning so that it doesn't affect your sleep.
Right. And then, of course, the fish oil, this is released slowly into your bloodstream when you take it with food. So I definitely take this with my smoothie. My smoothie has almond butter in it. Fish oil is fat. And so you want to take it with something more fatty. So that's why, I add that almond butter in my smoothie. And you want that gradual absorption to improve its utilization. So that's when you want to take it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Also, like some people experiencing like burping and discomfort after fish oil, not after ours though. It's a specific formula where you don't get that disgusting fishy aftertaste. But if you use a different formula, then definitely take it with food.
Yeah, and I also want to know too, like when you're buying omega-3 fish oil, like really be aware that these days a lot of fish have mercury contamination, like a lot, especially in North America. So when you're getting fish oil, there's a couple of criteria that you want to make sure that your fish oil brand has. One, that fish oil should be from small fish, meaning that you don't want to get your fish oil derived from salmon or tuna or things that are bigger fish, because the bigger fish are, that means the more mercury they could have in their body. For example, like our fish oil is made from Alaskan pollock, and that's another thing too, is you want your fish to be from usually a what is it? There's a term for this, but usually like a cold water. I'm butchering the terminology, but you want it to be from a cold water source because those tend to be cleaner, less contaminated fish. And also, you just want to make sure that this fish oil has been certified to a certain extent. So ours has the biggest certification possible, which is the NSF certification, which means that a third-party laboratory got our fish oil, tested it, checked for contamination, checked for mercury, for any other sort of discrepancies. And we also have the Marine Sustainability Inspection Certification.
Oh, I can't believe you remember that.
Something like that, I think. But
it's a huge certification.
Yeah, it basically means that our fish is sourced sustainably. It means that we're not depleting the population of that certain kind of fish for the world. It means that we're being sustainable and that we are not affecting the environment or the ecosystem of where that fish is taken from.
So important, honestly. Yeah. So then we have the multivitamin, and multivitamins, they contain fat soluble vitamins A, E, D, and K. And again, just like the fish oil, if you're going to have fat soluble vitamins, you want to make sure that you're taking it alongside fat. So make sure you take it with food, with your breakfast, for maximum absorption.
Yes, exactamundo. That covers like most of the kind of vitamins that we feel people are taking for PCOS. Of course, you might be taking specific kinds of supplements that might be for your specific condition or for specific needs, I should say. So like, for example, like if you're taking the high dosage of magnesium, similar to zinc, you want to take that with food and you want to take that at night because it's going to make you tired. It's going to help you lower your cortisol levels. There are also like supplements like herbs. If you're taking like ashwagandha or different herbs can be usually taken by themselves because they are like a tea, right? When you make what?
Nothing.
You're smiling.
Nothing.
Do I say herbs?
No, I was thinking of something completely
different. How dare you? Laughing behind my back.
I'm not.
Just kidding.
I dozed off. I like zoned out.
But herbs are like essentially like if you have an herb tea, like what is an herb tea? Spearmint tea, right? You're having that by itself a lot of times. So you can usually take herbs by themselves if it's in a supplement form. And yeah, I feel like that covers
I think we covered
kind
majority.
Of supplements. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, cool. And then last but not least, before I start my work, I make sure that my desk has all of my drinks alongside my supplements.
Yes.
And that includes the 40-ounce Stanley cup of water, the smoothie. If I'm lucky, Sirak will get me a decaf coffee with almond milk.
What do you mean if you're lucky?
Some days you do it. I don't like to drink it every single day, by the way, so don't like get it for me all the time, but it's exciting when you do get it for me. Or I'll have like some spearmint tea, something warm. So I have the cold smoothie, the warm tea, the lukewarm water. And then I'll also have, lately I've been having celery juice. And
Disgusting.
It's so good. Like, it's lemony, it's green. I feel like super healthy when I'm drinking it. There's no sugar in it. It's very refreshing. It's good for you. So I don't know. Like, I'm really enjoying it.
I tried it the other day.
Really?
And I thought I was drinking my own throw up at that one point.
Oh my God, you're so dramatic. I can't. So I drink one every day. I really enjoy it. If I had a juicer, I'd make it myself.
How about you not call me dramatic?
Dramatic? What do you mean throw up? It tastes like celery.
Okay.
I hate celery, honestly, because of the stringiness, but the juice is fine.
All right.
So, I mean, that just like solidifies some green in my diet, like a routine green. Because sometimes for lunch, I don't have greens. So
Yeah. No, that's true. It is kind of hard to have greens consistently. And that just gives you like a boom. Here you go.
Boom, girl. That's my morning routine, sisters. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, this was great. And we kind of talked about your nightly routine too, and your hair,
My hair,
toothpaste,
makeup.
supplements, makeup. It was a very thorough episode.
Thank you.
Okay, that's why it kind of went longer than normal. But the funny thing is, we actually used to do like hour-long episodes and things like that. But I think people wanted to have shorter episodes, so it was easier to listen. But this one, I feel like people will just listen to the whole thing.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this, sisters.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We're going to be doing our normal thing in the private Facebook group, in the sisterhood. If you need us there, you always know you can message us there. We'll be on the gram, the TikTok, the YouTube. We're basically everywhere where PCOS can be at this point.
Yes. Everywhere you can find us.
Yes. Take care, everyone. We love you. Have a great week.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Word of mouth is our absolute best friend here at PCOS Weight Loss. So if there's someone that you know that you think might enjoy this podcast, go ahead and share it with them.
And if you don't mind, go ahead and rate and review the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to the podcast.
It really helps more than you think. Thank you so much for listening and being part of the sisterhood community. Talk to you next time.